Now, you got a sneaker line you did with Steve Madden.
Yep.
Okay, so first of all, why Steve Madden as opposed to an athletic brand like a Nike or a Puma or a Diadora or whatever?
I wanted to, do it with Steve because I don't really wear, athletic shoes like that anymore per se. You know what I mean? I'm a little older now, and I don't really wear those type of shoes unless I'm in the gym or playing ball. I still love a fresh Air Force One. Don't get me wrong. And a nice Jordan from time to time, but I really don't wear athletic shoes like that. I like premium shoes, and so I felt Steve was the best guy to do this with because he makes premium shoes but affordable. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to make a nice shoe but affordable.
Okay, and how did they do after because they've been released now for what, 6 months or so?
No, they've been out. I don't know how long they've been out, but they're doing pretty good. The checks are nice.
I mean, I'm looking at you got like wing tips and
I got dress shoes. I got it's a nice collection, man. People like it. What's fucked up is that us as black people, we don't like to support our own. We don't buy black. You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things. It's tough, but I wish we did. I wish we supported each other better in those in those ways, but we don't. So it is what it is. But
to be fair though, Kanye's had a lot of support from the black community.
More support from the white community.
But
we champion
only white kids wear. I don't know, man. The Yeezys.
No, the Yeezys.
The Yeezys.
Let's not get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Black people like Yeezys too. But if you think that is black people that are buying them shits for fucking $5,000, you're wrong, Vlad. Absolutely wrong.
Well, that's not the retail price. The retail price is like $200-300.
Where are you gonna find Yeezys at for $200-300? Tell me that, Vlad. You're a sneaker guy. Tell me where to get a pair of Yeezys for $200-300. I'm going to get me a pair right now. Where am I gonna get them at?
You got to know people.
Exactly.
I can get.
So what are you saying, Vlad? Like you sending mixed messages to the people. You cannot buy a pair of Yeezys for $200-300, man. I just had this conversation with my good friend Tamika. We are the tastemakers, yo. Mm-hmm. If the black community, the hip hop community says it's hot, the white community goes and buys it. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it works. When I fucking do shows and concerts, there's fucking 80% white people at my concerts, yo. You understand what I'm saying? Empire, 20 million, 30 million viewers. You think that's all black people? No. White people are watching too. Hispanics, Asians, everybody's watching. And they're watching because they feel they're watching a piece of hip-hop culture. They feel that they're getting the authenticity of hip-hop culture through this show. So they're watching. So now when us as black people get on Vlad TV interview and say, Empire is no good, guess what? White people say, oh, shit, that's not it? That's not the thing? Okay, I'm not watching that anymore. You understand? We move the needle, yo, but we don't support it. And that's not to say anything against black people. We're the ones living in poverty, yo. We don't have the money to do it. We don't have the money to buy and support the shit the way we would like to. We don't have the money. So, yeah, we love it. We want it. It's dope. That's the shit that you should be wearing, or I would be wearing if I had the money, but it's not so all the time in black communities. And it's sad because, we will tear up our own fucking community to get these things. And that's what's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I just interviewed the Migos, and I feel the Migos were responsible for a resurgence in Versace. That song got so big to the point where everyone started creating fake Versace medallions. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Versace doesn't make gold medallions. People are actually making custom jewelry to make it look like Versace. Everyone's wearing Versace shirts. And I just interviewed them like a week and a half ago, and I said, did Versace reach out to you to try to do something with you?
They did, but they weren't talking about, you know what I'm saying? They weren't talking about what we wanted to hear.
Okay, what were they talking about exactly?
They weren't talking about nothing.
Yeah, I send you some free shit to wear, so I know how it goes. I did the same shit with Burberry back in the days. Made Burberry hot as shit.
Because you and was it you and J-Lo in that one video where y'all was wearing Burberry?
It's me. I went when I used to frequent going over to London, and I seen the line and I'm like, yo, this shit is dope, and I started wearing. I bought a bunch of pieces and started wearing it, and then everybody started wearing Burberry. Burberry reached out to me. They didn't want to give me no money, you know what I'm saying? But they were like, we'll send you some more Burberry so you can wear some more Burberry and get your people to wear more Burberry. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they not reaching out to give no money. And see, it's a thin line between what we do as being the tastemakers and being the consumer. Mm-hmm. The black dollar's not respected because they don't feel that we spend the money. We move the needle, we don't spend the money. So that's why the black dollar's not respected. That's why you have these brands that come out and say things like, I don't make my stuff for black people and this type of crazy shit, because they don't feel like the black dollar's important, because they don't feel like the blacks are buying. But what they don't realize is we make your shit hot. We may not be fucking going out in droves and buying it, but if this hip hop culture deems your shit hot, we just made you hot, yo.
But here's the mirror image of what you're saying also. Is hip hop will make something hot. But when hip hop says it ain't hot no more, which is 6 months later, most times, that's when you see these companies start to fold under who aren't actually strong companies. Like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why Fubu's not Fubu's not around anymore. Karl Kanai's not around anymore. So do you think there's a certain fear from these bigger brands to say, if I embrace these guys a little too much and they say I'm whack in 6 months, my whole company gonna get fucked up because all the white kids are gonna think it's whack too?
Nah, because see, here's the thing you gotta understand too. It's like playing stocks. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like playing the penny stocks versus your ironclad stocks. The ironclad stocks, they ain't going nowhere. They're going to take their dips, they're going to take their hits, but they're always going to maintain your dollar. Penny stocks, if you hit the right one, that shit can fucking skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? But it can also be dead tomorrow, just in the same breath. So that's the equivalent of what we're looking at here. Penny stocks versus ironclad stocks. Gucci, Louis, Versace, Balmain, all these companies, they're not going anywhere. They're going to take their hits and dips too. Because right now, Gucci ain't hot. Actually, chicks don't even want Gucci bags right now. Gucci shoes, they good on. Louis ain't hot like that, except for the bags. Broads want the bags. They're not really running out to buy the shoes. You know what I'm saying? So all of these big companies, they take their hits and dips, but they weather the storm. These smaller companies, when they take their dip, they're not big enough to weather the storm. In any business, it's always about weathering the storm. I don't give a fuck who you are, from artist to, it doesn't matter. It's all about weathering the storm. You're going to go through your downtime. You're going to go through your downswing. Believe it. Because if you blow up and you're the hottest motherfucker, there's nowhere else to go but down, homie. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have a bad year. You may have a better year next year, but you're going to have your dips. You're going to have your peaks and valleys. And it's all about weathering the storm. That's why when people look at me, and they're like, yo, Jai, he was on top of the world. He's just, I took a dip. I had my dip. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm rising again. It's like you got to weather the storm.
So you're looking at definitely maybe over $100,000 worth of product.
I mean, compared to the amount of Yeezys that there's in stock, probably closer to $1 million. After it's all calculated. On the website, there's a little over $1 million.
What is the one Jordan model that more people ask for than anything else?
1 in 1, 3, and 4.
1, 3, and 4.
And then 6s.
And the 6? Okay. What about the colorway? Like if you were to say-
Original colorways is the one to go.